Hello and welcome to Living Abroad. My name is Alex, and today I have a special guest from the US who's been traveling in Asia for the past year or over a year, I think. And we're going to get his experiences in Asia, what it feels like to be back in America, and what he's learned, what he's missed, what did you feel, what the difference is. So, my guest is here today. I'm going to bring him in for in a few seconds. Yeah, guys. So let me know in the comment section if you hear me and see me, and we'll get this rolling. Now, this is not really a formal kind of interview. I don't have any questions set up, so we'll just talk to him like we would. I've met Aaron personally, and I interviewed him as well on the channel. He's got a YouTube channel as well, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that in a second. It's called Aaron Around. But before we do that, guys, kindly let me know if you can see me and hear me in the comment section. That'll mean a lot to me. Now, today I'm here in Cebu City, Saturday morning. It is 9 a.m. right now, and the sun is out, so hopefully it stays out all day. It is rainy season. And so, yeah, that's enough talk. Let's get started, and we'll get the questions rolling as soon as we get some more people joining the live stream. I'm also going to go ahead and put Aaron's YouTube channel link, so feel free to check out his content. He makes some great videos all around Asia. And yeah, let's bring in Aaron into the stream. All right. Hi, Aaron.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, man. Just waking up here in Cebu, Philippines. Where are you right now?
Right now I'm in Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach. You're
Yeah,
living the life.
yeah, I know. Well, luckily, I have family that lives here. I'm staying at some, yeah. So,
Okay, I see the fanciness behind you, man. It looks like you're staying at a palace or something.
no, what's funny is this apartments are old, right? And but the
Yeah,
location of it is literally right near the beach, so they don't even they do the least amount of renovation here because they don't have because the location is so crazy.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
awesome,
it's,
man.
it's an apartment. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
pretty cool. So, now let's do a little bit of an introduction. Please let us know who you are and a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get the questions coming in and everything. So, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm Aaron. I got a YouTube channel, Aaron Around, and for the past year, I was traveling through Asia. That's where I met Alex, and yeah, I'm 31. I decided when I was about 29, I need to either go to Asia now or I need to stay in the U.S. and work and maybe do it when I'm older. So I
Okay.
decided to go. Spent the last year traveling. I was in 6 countries total, and then now I'm back in the U.S. for a few months, and then I'm gonna head back to Asia. So.
Awesome. So list those countries for us. We're curious which country did you visit?
It was Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam,
Malaysia.
Malaysia. Maybe it was five. Was it five? Oh, and Tokyo. Tokyo, technically.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
How long
Japan.
were you in Tokyo?
Just 6 hours, just a layover. Yeah.
Okay. Nice, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome, man. So let's answer some questions or introductions, and we'll get into some other things. So Alfred Cluse,
Yeah.
one of my regulars, are here. Hello, Alfred. I've also, like I mentioned earlier, I put Aaron's link to his channel. He's got a YouTube channel if you want to see some of his travels and what he's been up to. He makes some very nice content, so check out his channel called Aaron Around, and the link is right here, so you guys can click on that and have a look. Alfred's here, perfect, so you guys can see me and hear me. Christian said, "I'll pay for the membership tomorrow." Thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. We'll get into the memberships later once we get to Aaron's story out of the way and talk to him a little bit, and I'll go ahead and make the plug later. Margie Thomas, hello, Alex and Aaron. How are you doing, guys? Greetings from Disneyland.
Oh, Disneyland. Nice. I'm near Disneyland.
Hey, look at that. You guys are close. Do you have a favorite country to live? Let's start with that. So, Aaron, you told us about like 5 and 6 countries you've been to. It's always hard to ask you this question because I'm in the same boat, but which is your favorite country?
Of the ones I just listed,
Yeah.
oh man, it's tough. It's so hard. I really like Vietnam though.
Mm-hmm.
For it depends. I think for working, Vietnam's a great place. Like if you're gonna teach English, for just leisure and travel, Philippines is great. But so I think Indonesia is amazing too. And I
Yeah.
think Indonesia. I think is really underrated. A lot of it really gets overlooked. Um,
Okay.
but I would say, oh man, if I had to go back tomorrow and I had to pick one, I would probably pick Vietnam.
Okay,
You know?
got
Yeah.
it. Now, how did like you mentioned that a little bit earlier, and I know personally, I'm just because I do YouTube, and I don't think you make enough money from YouTube to sustain yourself abroad, right? So how did you
No.
get money? Did you travel on your savings? What did you do?
Yeah, so I traveled on my savings initially. I saved up about, I don't know, I was like 12 grand or something like that.
Hmm.
I spent about 8 of that traveling for like 6 months, and then I stopped, and then I started teaching English in Vietnam, and then
Okay.
kind of hung out in Vietnam and for a while. So I was there for 7 months. So
I see. And how was that? Tell us about teaching and working in this different country. I'm curious.
yeah, well, it was, man, it was crazy, because culturally, I feel like it's easier to culturally it was actually an easy transition because there in
Hmm.
Vietnam they really respect their elders and they really respect educators, I guess you could say, or
Okay.
teachers, and
Unlike North America, right?
yeah, and it's a whole different story. So
Yeah.
it's easy, and they surprisingly were really respectful, and as long as you were serious, respectful, and showed up and tried to do the best you could,
Yeah.
it was very easy. It was easy transition. So
Okay. And some more like details. How about payment? Do they give you cash? Do they give you money to your bank account? How do they make payment for your work?
yeah, well, you can do, really, it's up to you.
Okay.
You can come into the office, they can give you cash, you can give them a bank account, they'll drop it right in there. It's up to you. I primarily was just getting cash.
Okay.
But yeah, and then you have to report that to the government for taxes.
Okay.
But there's many options. You can do cash, you can do bank account, and generally speaking, if you're a native speaker, it's a, on average it's about $18 to $20 an hour you can expect to
Okay.
make as a native
That's
speaker.
not bad, especially in
I know.
Vietnam, right?
Yeah, I know. I mean, my rent was like 300 a month. you
Damn.
know? Yeah, and it
Got
was
it.
a decent little, it was a good little studio. It was just pretty basic, but yeah.
Yeah.
So,
3 days of work, you paid off your rent, right? So
no,
it's
it's
like,
crazy. Yeah.
okay. That's
So
interesting.
full time you can make a couple grand there a month teaching. And full time's not 40 hours a week. That's like 20 to 25-hour teaching hours a week.
Yeah. Nice. How are the kids? Like, I guess you taught kids,
Yeah.
not adults. I don't know. Maybe it's an adult school, right? So,
Yeah, no, I know. Well, I'm laughing because, man, like they're crazy. It's hit or miss. The kids are kids. It doesn't matter the culture, religion.
yeah.
Some were just crazy and some were mellow. It was really hit or miss because a thing they do too is they'll rotate teachers around different schools,
Oh, okay.
which kind of sucks. It has its pros and cons, but so go to some schools and the kids are just like robots, and they're like
Mhm.
just really good, well behaved, very good English. And you go to other schools and they're just ruthless. Like
Wild and out, right?
they're wild, bro. They don't care. Like they just, yeah,
Okay. Very
yeah.
interesting. All right. Well, tell me a little bit about why you decided to visit Asia at 29. What was it? Like, did you want to stop working in the West? Or what was the main reason you left the US initially?
Well, I guess you'd have to rewind to 2018. 2018 was the first time I went to the Philippines, actually.
Hmm.
And it's the truth. Really what happened. What actually happened was I started living in California at that time, and I kind of just started liking Asian girls. To be honest, I never really had really.
Yeah.
I always grew up around like a lot of Latinas and things like that. That's always
Caught
what I.
the yellow fever, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So I went online, right? And I remember I was looking for like an Asian dating site, right? So long
Yeah.
story short, I joined this site, and most of the women were overseas. I thought they would be here in the
Hmm.
States, but they were overseas. So I was like, what the heck? So I started talking to people, and they were like, girls would be like, why don't you come visit me? And in my mind, I'm like, what am I gonna fly to Singapore? Like,
Yeah,
I've barely,
it's not something you consider usually, right?
yeah,
So,
especially so anyways, long story short, that's what planted the seed in my head. And then about a year later, I actually decided maybe I will go to Asia. And so wound up actually going, and kind of I got the travel bug, just planted the seed, and I enjoyed it, and I was like, man, I want to do more of this. So I finally went, and then I decided back in 2019 I was gonna actually move to either. My plan was to go to China or Cambodia and teach, but then I changed my mind, and then COVID happened. But then during COVID, it came back up, and I decided to finally do it. So
okay.
yeah.
Man,
So
I appreciate your
yeah,
honesty.
yeah.
To be honest, like I really respect the fact that you're being honest of why you travel to Asia because a lot of guys will sit here and tell you they want warm weather.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you can go to warm weather anywhere in any country pretty much if you go far enough one way or the other. So, how
Uh,
was that? So, who was the girl that made you go abroad? Was there a specific person, or did you
no, it
say,
wasn't. No, it just was by
mm,
chance. It just was. No, there wasn't anybody specific. And
okay,
actually, I didn't even talk to her after. It just was.
okay,
it was I went online here thinking it was going to be people here locally in
I
California,
see.
but then most of the people happened to be overseas. And I was pretty young then too. I was like 26 or 20. I was like 25, 26.
Yeah.
So really, in my mind, really, I was like, I'm like, what would I do that for?
Yeah.
Why would I go over there?
Got it. So we'll get into dating in a little bit, like properly into the topic. So we'll
Yeah.
come back to dating, but now we know why you left the US just to go experience that. Quickly, what did you have to like for teaching in Vietnam? Were there any qualifications that you have to have, or was it just the fact that you're a native English speaker that was good
Well,
enough?
to be honest, that's the biggest one. Technically, in Vietnam, you need to get a proper visa. You need a 4-year degree. It doesn't matter what. It can be in
Hmm.
anything. And you also need a teaching certificate, like a TEFL or TESOL. And
Okay.
there's varied degrees in those. You can get them. You can pay up to $1,500 for one, or you can kind of take a cheap one. To be honest, online for like $50, and it's
Yeah.
essentially carries the same weight, kind of. So mine was I took a real one. It was $400, and it was actually based in Saigon. Um,
Okay.
but it was yeah, it was good. It took me a couple months, and I learned a lot. It teaches you the
Okay.
basics and kind of what to do. So
Excellent. Good to know. Let's say
yeah,
hello to some of our new joiners to the stream. We got 40 people watching this right now, guys. We're just talking to Aaron, who's an American who spent some time in Asia. We're going to find out why he went there, his experiences, getting back to the US. This is going to be a really long stream, I have a feeling. We got a lot to go over and talk about. And you guys are always asking questions, which is great. Paul's here. Hello, Paul. Watching from listening from Calcun, North Metro, Manila. Hello and welcome. Samantha's here. Hello, Samantha. Uh, Hi. Okay, what
Mesa,
else we
what's
got here?
that? Paul.
I
Oh,
think
Paul.
I
Sorry,
think
sorry.
it's meant. That's
Yeah,
fine. I do the same thing. So
yeah,
sometimes they have like many conversations happening. Yeah, so let's go back to dating. Actually, no, we'll come back to dating later. I feel like it's gonna be a big topic. So how does
yeah.
it feel like being back in the US? What were your first like thoughts? Did you feel weird? Do you want to leave again? Tell me a little bit about getting back to the US.
No, honestly, for me, it was nice. I mean, but also, I came to Laguna. It's so nice. It's so nice here.
Hmm.
But it's nice coming back. It really is. It's. I've seen family too, so for me, it was nice to see family. And um, it's definitely different. It's so funny. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, it's definitely different, and it's nice for now. I think it's gonna take me maybe a couple more months, then I'll be ready to be like, okay, I think I'm ready to go back. But as
Yeah.
of now, it's nice. It's nice to come back. It's familiar. I mean, I've spent 30 years of my life here, so it's
Yeah.
naturally it's what you're used to.
Definitely. Were you surprised by like maybe some of the prices again? A reminder of how much things cost, or
Yeah, I mean, some things yes, some things no. Some things are surprisingly expensive in Asia that a lot of people don't realize. And I can't
yeah.
really give you anything off the top of my head, but
Hmm.
there's
I
some
found
things there.
coffee to be expensive. It's weird. Here, coffees
Yeah,
are going for like $3, $4, and I'm like, really? That's like half the wages of people's full day.
yeah,
Like, I
I
don't
know.
understand. And there's
Yeah,
always full of people. So I'm like,
I know.
obviously people are buying this. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like for instance, I was at a deli around the corner, and they had like this bowl of literally it was just lettuce and a few crumbles of cheese was $15. Stuff like that. You can have a whole meal in Asia depending for that. But
Buffet, you can have a Korean buffet in any Asian country for like less than $15,
yeah,
right? So okay, so yeah, some things definitely. What
I
about like?
I
Mhm.
will say I had a $22 salad for lunch today. I didn't pay for it, but that's what chicken
Somebody
salad.
paid for it.
Somebody paid for it. It was good, but still $22 is kind of
$22. Yeah, that's. I remember going back to Canada recently, like a few months ago. I guess not recently, 6 months ago, and I ordered a single pizza. And by the time it came through, I paid with the tax, the tip, and delivery fee. I couldn't get over how it was $22 for just like a personal sized pizza. I'm like,
oh
and the
man.
listing price was like $10, like online or whatever, right? So by the
Oh,
time you add everything up, and I'm like, wait, I paid $5 for delivery, $4 for tip, and then 150 for tax. And you like wow, that's why I love Asia. Many countries it's either incorporated into the price or it's just not like tipping culture. If it is, you just round up, especially
mhm.
for like pizza and stuff like that. People don't generally tip. So I don't know, just all these little things. I'm just like, that's the only, not the only thing. One of the things that was a bonus here in Asia, the cost of living, of course, it's a huge difference, right? So
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so from all those countries you visited, like, which one was it easier to like meet people, friends wise, like just to interact with socializing? Which of the countries did you have an easier time meeting friends?
Oh man, that's like locals or foreigners.
Foreigners, yeah, just to make some friends, just to go out, socialize, and do things.
I would say, for me personally, it was Vietnam, just because settled there and I kind of made
Yeah,
an effort, to be honest.
okay,
But I feel like it probably would have been just as easy anywhere. But as far as the locals, Vietnamese are really nice.
yeah,
Um, they're cool, but I feel like Thais are the most relaxed from what I've seen.
yeah.
I haven't been
How long
everywhere.
did you stay in the Philippines?
I was there for 2 months. Yeah, two
And
months.
how long were you in Thailand?
I was only in Thailand for like 4 days, and then I was there for a
Okay.
week before on another trip. So I've only been in Thailand total a couple weeks
Okay,
total.
I see. No, and it's funny because everybody has a different experience. Like, for example, in the Philippines, I think they're very friendly, but some people go to Vietnam or Thailand, they think they're extremely friendly. I think,
Uh,
like, realistically, if we're all going to be honest with each other, it really depends on just who you're hanging around with, what kind of job you're doing, because every country's going to
yeah,
have ups and downs, right? So,
yeah.
let's get back to the real question, dating, right? So, guys,
Mhm.
whoever's watching this, we're going to talk about dating for the next like 20 minutes at least, probably. So, if this topic is too sensitive for some people, they get offended or they don't want to hear about it, they can bugger off and come back later. Dating. Which country is it easiest to meet women?
Oh, that's another tough one. They
Approachability.
approachability. I think the
Yeah,
Philippines. I think the
yeah,
Philippines probably, and I think the biggest thing is because of the language,
yeah,
because most Filipinos, especially in the big city, they speak English. Whereas a lot of it, even in Vietnam, like they're just so shy. Because and then even if they know English,
hmm,
they're so shy to use it. And
yeah,
I don't understand that, because they're embarrassed to sound stupid,
yeah.
but
That's the
it's like,
biggest thing I've noticed too. Like we care. You
uh,
do you care if somebody that has an accent that doesn't use proper grammar? We don't care.
no.
Men don't care.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've never been like, oh my God. I mean, it's funny. It's like, it's charming to hear them speak because of the
Yeah,
accent, but it's not like, oh, their English is bad. They're stupid. It's like,
yeah.
I'm impressed.
Nobody. I've never met a single Western person that's ever judged anybody on their language or
I
English
know.
skills.
Yeah.
So
So that's a big thing there. They're just so shy with the language. But I would say probably the Philippines, and just because, and they're pretty approachable. Their personalities, are pretty
okay.
open. So
Speaking of English, I know sometimes it could be a barrier, especially in Vietnam. When I was there, I thought Vietnamese spoke the least amount of English. Now, you were
yeah.
probably in a school setting, so maybe it was a little different. But
Mhm.
is English, Billy's asking, is English language better in Vietnam, Thailand, or is it similar?
Oh no, it's way more English in Thailand.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was way more
okay, that's
English
what
in
I thought
Thailand.
so too.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
sure. Yeah.
all
I
right.
don't know. I Like I said, I wasn't there extensively. I was also in Bangkok and
Mm-hmm.
Hua Hin and then Phuket.
Yeah.
So, but as far as, I think Thailand probably. Yeah.
Okay. What time is it for you right now? Samantha wants to know your time. Right now it's 9 a.m. in the Philippines.
It's 6:20, 6:18. Yeah.
6:18 p.m. for you. Okay,
PM.
so Paul says, thank you very much for your shout out. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, anything you want to ask, feel free to do so. We have 50 people joining the live stream now. We're just talking to Aaron from his YouTube channel, Aaron Around. I posted a link to his channel in the comment section. Have a look at his travels to those Asian countries if you want to know more. And we'll talk about dating right now. So we're just asking about which country is the most easiest to approach women. The Philippines, mainly due to language. Um, so yeah,
Can I
let's get
can I
back.
can I, can I
Yeah, go
add to
ahead.
that though?
Sure.
So, but I also came at a certain time where I came to Indonesia a year ago in June. So
Hmm.
there still was a big void of tourism when I got there. They just kind of
Okay.
had loosened up on their restrictions for entry. So, I mean, honestly, when I was there, it was very easy, and I wasn't approaching women online or in person. It was
Hmm.
mainly online. But I
Okay.
feel like just because of
Numbers.
numbers, yeah, it's just it's crazy. It was crazy. There was a lot. It was a lot of potential, I guess you could say.
Okay. Potential suitors.
Yeah.
I mean, Indonesia from predominantly a Muslim country. Was that an issue? Did you find them to be more conservative? I guess not if you got so many chances to meet women. So I guess.
Yeah, I
Would
think
you?
they are overall, but there's when you're talking of a city, I don't know if, for sure, but supposedly the greater Jakarta area is like 20 million or 15 or
Wow.
20 million. I mean, it's a massive city that there's only it's even a small percentage is a lot, so a
Yeah.
small percentage of women who are interested in dating foreigners or so yeah, I did. They definitely were conservative, but I feel like the Muslims in Asia are they're still like they have that underline, that bottom line, relaxed Asia undertone. Like
Okay.
everyone's kind of relaxed. So that was my experience, but it was good. I thought it was good. So
Okay. Cool. And yeah, Samantha, he's actually in the U.S. Remind us again, Aaron, where are you? Which city and which state are you in right now?
Laguna Beach, California, which is Orange County, like hour
Okay.
south of LA. Yeah, hour south.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. So let's talk about women again. This is always exciting topic. Women. So I'm sure you went on dates, I assume, in these
Uh,
countries that you've been to.
yeah.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about going on a date in Asia and in the country that you were in compared to going on dates in the U.S.
Well, just kind of as a whole, right? All of it, all
Yeah.
the countries.
Sure. Yeah. Exactly.
It was pretty. I would say it's kind of similar. It's.
Hmm.
In my opinion. Listen, this is what it is. I think it doesn't matter language, religion, culture, or sometimes even age. Obviously, there's
Yeah.
difference. Women, I think across the board are pretty much very similar. Same with men, right?
Yeah.
We're human beings, so maybe that's why. So. Um, I think women kind of generally want to be treated the same. They want respect. They want to be, they want to feel secure, and those are generally the top two, in my opinion, priorities. So I think overall, it's pretty much the same deal. I did notice when I went on dates in Asia, women they were always trying to pay initially at first. I don't know if it's kind of been your thing, and I think it's because they're trying to show like, hey, I'm not, I don't want just money or something. I think it's
Yeah.
kind of like that, but that only lasts for a little while, you know.
Yeah.
But but yeah, I think it's about the same. The one thing I will say is in Vietnam, I think Vietnam's a little more old school. When I was in Vietnam, I would say that, in my opinion, Vietnam's 50 to 100 years how America was in the past with
Mm,
culture, not with everything, of course, but with some things in culture, even some things with the infrastructure. But so it's more old school style there. Women really like
yeah.
to be courted. They love it when you offer to pick them up. You pick them up from their house. That's like a big
Okay.
thing that they love. Whereas here it's like, oh, I don't know, he's a stranger. I don't want to give him my
Yeah.
address.
Address. Yes. The complete opposite.
Yeah, and that was a shock for me. And I was surprised because you would offer and they like, oh yeah, sure, and like send their address. I'm like, wow, it's like,
Yeah. I
yeah,
found that Vietnam the most difficult place for me to meet women. It
uh,
was I don't know maybe what the
it's
reason
definitely
was.
harder. It's definitely harder, I think. Yeah.
And I thought the quality of women there were much. I mean, they were really attractive. Vietnamese women are like
Yeah, they're
really,
very
really
beautiful,
attractive.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're beautiful and I don't know, they're just different. Vietnam has, and then I was having a really hard time meeting women, but when you met them, they were like overall quality wise was much better, in Vietnam, I thought.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
like you said, women are women as long as you treat them with respect and you should show that you value their time and they want to feel
Yeah.
secure.
Yeah.
Um, let's get to some of the questions. We'll continue with dating.
Yeah.
We're
Can
gonna
I
go
can I
back and forth.
yeah,
Yeah,
can I
go ahead.
ask you real quick? What do you mean they're just a little different? What do you mean by that? And this is because this is funny. I talked to a lot of foreigners about this when I lived there.
I think a lot of it comes down to I found Vietnamese women cared a lot less if you're a Canadian American. They
Oh
cared.
yeah.
They are happy with their own traditions a little bit. They they're hardworking when they do their chores, for example. They take that really seriously. I don't know. It's a really generalizing thing here, of course, but like
No, yeah, I hear
the
you.
women I came across were really they could care less where you're from. For example, they didn't ask about money at all. They don't really they just want to know you as a person. So that
Yeah.
obviously puts you on a much more leveled playing field than if you're somewhere else. Let's say you're in Thailand or the Philippines, Cambodia. The fact that you're foreigner already puts you in a much more advantageous position compared to the locals. But in
Yeah.
Vietnam, I found that to be not the case really. People could care less where you're from, what you're doing here, where you're staying. A lot of time when I travel, the first few questions are around what do you do? Are you staying with somebody or where are you staying in the area?
Yeah.
Because the woman to get an idea of like, well, how much money you have or like something like that, right?
Yeah.
But in Vietnam, I found that at least the people I spoke to at the time, I was much younger and handsomer. So even then, I wasn't like
Yeah.
meeting this, standard. So I think that was one of the reasons. But women are women again. Once again, guys, we're all just generalizing here. Everybody's
Yeah.
experience is different.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I hear you though. I agree 100%. Yeah.
let's go back to some of these questions here. Which country has the best food in Southeast Asia, in your opinion?
Oh
We're
man.
gonna start some fights over here, but
I know.
whatever. You're in the U.S., they're not gonna know. What do you think?
Well, I just paid 20. Well, I didn't pay, but I had a
Yeah.
$22 salad for lunch. But they Thailand food's so good.
Yeah.
Thai food's really good. I was in Japan. I was only in the city for 6 hours, but I had this lunch sushi set. It was at this stand-up bar. It was like a quick bite place. It was
Mhm.
$9 US. It was 9 pieces of I think it was the raw fish on the
Yeah.
rice and a little bowl of soup, $9, and it was pretty much the best sushi I've ever had. It was like,
Wow.
yeah, it was so good, and that was like cheap. I think for there, that
Yeah.
was like cheap stuff. So I can't only imagine. Um, but I love Japanese food, but Vietnamese food's really good. But if I had to choose, I would say Thai food's pretty damn good. It's like,
Thai food is up there as well for sure. Like it's
yeah,
spicier. It's a lot of fresh ingredients, a lot of like vegetables they use that are not really easily accessible in Canada, at least. The ingredient, I think they have a lot more technique when they make the food, so
yeah,
it adds a lot more flavor and value.
uh-huh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, all right. So, guys, we have 50 people watching this. Please check out Aaron's channel, Aaron Around. I've met Aaron also on my channel. We have a full interview if you want to see like the short version of what we're talking about now. I've posted a link to memberships. Please take a look at that. Consider signing up for getting a lot more perks and more access to myself, behind the scenes footage, stuff like that. And ask your question, guys. Ask anything you want. Oh, Matthew's here. Look, Matthew's gone ahead and used a super sticker. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. Please ask a question so I can answer it. Yeah, guys. So if you want your question answered quicker, use the super chat, super sticker. If not, just hold on. We're gonna get to it in a second. All right. So Samantha has a question about California. She wants to know if it's actually as bad as they say. But let me find the question first. I know I just saw it
Um,
somewhere. Here we go. I have a question for him. Are things really as bad as I see them on the internet for California? What do you mean, Simon? I don't know. Do you know what she's
I,
talking about?
I think maybe the homeless. There's
Mm,
definitely a
okay.
ton of homeless people. I didn't. So I got picked up in LAX, but I came straight down to um,
Laguna?
yeah. So I didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
But where I'm at, I'm kind of in a bubble. If anyone's familiar, I'm along the Southern California coast, so it's like it's beautiful here. But it's also
Yeah.
really expensive, and any area that's always really expensive generally stays pretty well kept. It depends, unless you're in the
Yeah.
inner city. But no, it's surprised. So I actually made a video. I haven't posted it yet. I went with my grandpa to the store, and I didn't look at anything at the store first. I wanted to get my natural reaction at the store because I heard
Yeah.
about like, these $14 eggs in California, and so I was
Yeah.
like, "Is this true?" So I went. I went to the store. Surprisingly, it wasn't as true as I thought. I was shocked by how affordable some of the stuff was.
Yeah.
Now the store I went to was a big brand here, so
Mhm.
it was like a Fry's. You guys have Fry's in Canada?
Don't like we don't
Fry's
have that.
or
Not
Kroger?
that I know of.
Yeah,
Kroger, I think, is a couple, but
yeah.
not main.
So there's a few main companies that own most of the stores in America. So
Hmm.
this was one of them, and it was some things are expensive, but dude, I was surprised. I kept telling my grandpa, I was like, dude, I don't why I'm shocked by the
How
prices. Some things, some
affordable
things
it is.
are more expensive, but uh, I mean that's not my experience. And Laguna Beach is expensive, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think maybe I'm sure things got maybe expensive and kind of came down. I
Came
don't
down
know.
a bit. I think there was also like a shortage at one point with eggs. It was a big thing. Even in
Oh
Canada,
yeah,
eggs were just really, for some reason, I can't remember
really high.
maybe some chicken virus. I don't know, but it was really
Yeah,
high at some point. But
chicken pox.
yes, chicken pox or something. So um, now let's
But
go to some. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
but overall, it is expensive here. I don't know if it's as bad. I'm not the right person, but it's like I said, I had a $22 salad for lunch, so I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know but it was
yeah.
good. It was good.
$22. I'm eating a buffet for two at least.
Yeah,
So
I know. Yeah,
I'm like proper. Anyways, let's go
yeah,
back
yeah.
to Victor Pop. He says, which country is the best to find a wife? a loyal, or basically which country is the best for wifey stuff and for
Life.
having fun stuff?
Oh, okay. So good question. I it depends, Victor. I don't know. Do you like you what kind of what are you into? But honestly, like Alex, like what you were saying, Alex. I think you hit it on the money. Vietnam is they have, I don't want to say if it's a higher standard, but they're on a they're not too interested. They want more of a they're how do I say it? They're
They're
looking
not
for
too, they're
yeah.
not there to play around. They don't even like even. I just found that even to meet somebody for a coffee, they want to know a lot about you. For
Yeah.
me as a man, I think it's very easy to just say yes to almost anybody, even if it's a coffee. At least I'm out there meeting somebody and having
Yeah.
a coffee. But I think
Yeah.
it's much more. They take it seriously. I think in Vietnam, dating and relationships.
Yeah, you're right. That reminds me because I remember some people telling me, like, I was like, "Hey, do you want to meet for coffee like within a day?" And they're like, "Whoa, we just, maybe in a couple
Yeah,
weeks." I'm like, "A couple weeks? Do you want to talk on the phone for 2 weeks and then go meet
yeah.
for coffee? What if we don't like each other? Why not save the time?"
Hmm.
So, yeah, that's another thing too. In my opinion, right now, if I had to choose from the countries I've been to, I would say Vietnam. But obviously, you can find good women anywhere, especially in
Yeah,
Asia. But really, Vietnamese women are really good, and still their culture is really heavy into getting married and having a family,
yeah.
and they want that, So
Okay. And who has the biggest hot summer type girls? Just partying and wilding
yeah,
out for fun kind of thing.
man, I don't know. I think maybe the Philippines, but even then, they're most of them I think are pretty conservative too, for the most part.
I find most of them say they're conservative, but
You think not?
I
Yeah.
mean, I think just for societal pressure, being
Mhm.
Catholic, and there's like no birth control here. You can't get an abortion. You can't. There's a lot of I think
Oh
things
yeah.
that kind of make you want to be conservative or traditional, or I don't know. I just find even people when I meet them, they say I'm shy or whatever. Within 30 seconds, they're all like talking more than I am or trying to, I don't. I think on the surface level, Philippines girls they think they're conservative or traditional, but
Yeah.
deep down, I think they just like to have fun.
Yeah, I would say that's tough. I would say probably the Philippines, and
Yeah,
I feel like they're all kind of close though.
they're similar. Yeah. Once again,
Yeah.
guys, this is two random dudes impressions
Yeah, this
based
isn't
off two or three people they met. This is definitely not like an actual
yeah.
survey of countries.
Yeah, this isn't
Take
official.
everything with a grain of salt here. So,
That's
um, what are we talking about here?
yeah.
Got it.
Vietnam though, Victor, Vietnam.
Yeah, okay. Are you now in the Philippines or not North America? So yeah, he's in the U.S. right now. There's so many messages to get through, guys. Hold on one second. Samantha Jones says, "Man, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. We're all different, but all the same at the same time." Exactly, right? So Samantha's got the point there. We're all humans at the end of the day, and it's about individual interactions. This is all just for fun and games to get Aaron's experience in Asia. So you said you want to go back. Is that right, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm coming back. Yeah, for sure. At least
For
at least
sure.
one more round. I got to do one more round. And then I think I'll see if I want to stay in Asia or come back to the States.
Now, if you're back in the States, what's your occupation, job? What are you going to do about working and all that?
So I'm gonna help. So my brother is. I've always worked in restaurants or the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
But my brother's he's opening up there. He's got a restaurant. I'm basically gonna help my family, work with my family, and then they also have like a little farm that they have for the restaurants. So I'm gonna be working on that, and then They're opening up a new one. So basically, hop between. Basically, gonna be like a whatever he needs, basically, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be like his little bee, basically, for the next couple
Little
months.
bitch boy, huh? You
Yeah,
want to say it
yeah,
that way? No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding. You're a busboy in a restaurant where you're doing everything basically, but on a bigger scale. Like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
busboy
just
in a restaurant is running food, grabbing dishes,
no,
maybe
no,
prepping a little bit,
yeah,
but
no, I'm not.
obviously on a bigger level. I'm saying you go in between places.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I'm not gonna be actually I don't even think I'm actually gonna work in the restaurant that they got going right now. I think because it's like, they just got the keys, like, a few weeks ago, and there's a lot of,
Okay.
like, work that needs just to open it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
of course.
so
It's a
It's
lot
gonna
of
be.
work. Restaurants, a lot of work, and
Oh, I know it. Yeah,
I'm getting tired thinking about it for you.
yeah, I know,
So,
I know.
yeah, I used to work in restaurants too, so I have a very good idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
GP Rufino says Vietnamese women are the most attractive in Asia. Okay, correct, Alex, about Vietnamese women. I have a lot of Vietnamese friends, and they are very strong, independent women. There we go. So I'm glad that others are confirming what we
Uh-huh.
thought, at least. The go-getters. Excellent.
Yeah, they did.
So uh, dollar, who Akbar? I don't know what that means, but okay. Sometimes I get random things. I must have missed the conversation. Billy says, does having a YouTube channel open opportunities when you were in Vietnam, like work? So does it
Uh,
open up opportunities?
no, not for me. My channel's pretty small still. You know, it's
You
only I only
still
got.
got 5,000 subscribers. It's not bad.
Yeah, no, I know it's not. It's going, but you know, it's pretty. I just finally someone just reached out to me. I don't know if it's real for like some Christian Filipino Christian
Oh, don't
sponsorship.
deal with that.
No, is
Don't
it
deal with them.
garbage? Okay,
Garbage. I've been talking to them for over a year. They're harassing me constantly about, like,
okay.
if you guys want to know the story, I'll tell you the story. Anyways, leave it in the comment section if you guys want to know the Christian Filipino story with me. Actually,
Uh-huh.
what? I don't care. I'm going to tell you guys anyways. So,
Yeah, yeah.
a
I'm
Christian
curious.
Filipino emailed me saying, "Hey, we really like your channel. We want to work with you." And usually, I don't. I only have 3 sponsors officially on the channel by now, I think, and I don't link myself to anyone that I don't believe in or actually use myself or trust.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I got your safety wings. I got it through you.
So yeah, exactly, right? So anyways, so they reached out to me. They said, "Oh, you have great content. We'd like to, partner up with you." I'm like, "Sure." So they're like, "This is what we want." They send me an email of what they're looking for and what they want to pay me. I said, "Sorry, unfortunately, we're not on the same page. We're not even close. I'm not interested. Thank you for your time." They emailed me again saying, "Hey, we'd like to." They kept emailing me until they convinced me to at least have a phone call with them.
Uh,
So now they're like, "Okay, we'll give you $100 just to take our call before you even take it." So I'm like, "Hey, free money. I can." The guys they're really serious about me. So they're like, "Give us your PayPal account. We're gonna send you the $100, and then we can take a phone call." I'm like, "Sure." So the time and day comes, 10 o'clock, let's say, 10:01. The money's still not on my account. And at 9:30, I send them an email. Say, "Excuse me, just to let you know, we're meeting in 30 minutes and you haven't paid me like you said you would for the phone call." "Oh, we'll do it before. Don't worry about it." So the time comes, I don't attend the meeting because I don't, why would I? They said they're going to pay me. They didn't. And I'm not going to trust someone like that in a business setting. So
yeah,
at
yeah.
10:05, they have the balls to email me, "Hey, Alex, where are you? You're late. We're here with the CEO, the COO." And I'm like, "You can't be serious. You promised me $100 to take a phone call. You haven't sent it to me." They're like, "Oh, well, we were going to do it after the meeting." I'm like, "No, that wasn't the deal. It's in writing. It's
Yeah.
right there, first of all." I'm like, "Don't contact me again, whatever." So just 2 weeks ago, I got another email from them saying, "Oh, we changed the head of marketing. I'm K now. I'm the new guy. Are you gonna take a?" So they've just been harassing me nonstop, trying to work with me, and I don't think they're serious or professional. And they dropped the ball a few times before then. And Christian Filipino, I would not work with them. I don't recommend them at all. So yeah,
Dang, yeah.
that's that. It's not even about the money, but I'm like, how can I work with someone that can't even hold up the one promise they made? Now
Yeah, that's sketchy,
they
right?
want
Yeah.
3-minute videos, 6 of them in a month for like $100 or something. I'm like, what? I'm like, that's
3
not how 3 minutes. Who's gonna
3
watch that
minutes?
for 3 minutes?
A 3-minute advertisement in the video?
Yeah, that's what they wanted, and for like $100. I'm, buddy, what are you doing? Like, I don't
That's
know.
that's a long. Who's gonna sit there? What are you even gonna say for 3 minutes, you know?
I don't know. I'm gonna walk them through the site. I don't know.
Yeah,
And
crazy.
I wouldn't recommend them in any way. And this is what happens. They get bad rep if they can't
Yeah,
even be professional.
yeah.
SF is terrible. Scary.
Yeah, that's what I
SF.
hear. San Francisco, I think, you know.
That's what I thought too, but what's going on with it?
Just a lot of homeless. Yeah, they just yeah.
The
I you
US
know,
seems to be,
I heard they even made an app to where they will post where people took a dump on the street. Like, it's like crazy. Yeah,
you know
like
what's so
homeless people.
you know what's so funny with that? I guarantee you there's money to be made there somehow.
Oh, yeah. I know, it's
Like taking
advertising,
pictures of dumps, like you or like OnlyFans or only dumps, or I don't know, something. People pay for weird stuff out there, man. I hear
yeah.
like, I don't know, craziness.
Yeah.
Anyways, so if you plan on going back to Asia, do you know where you want to go back to, Aaron?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I'm not too sure yet because there's a couple countries I'd like to go back to, but I'm thinking if I do go back, I should go back to somewhere new. I think I might make my first part of this trip back to Japan because I was only there, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So
Well, since I think Japan, if you want to go there, consider staying at a hostel and working for like a room kind of thing. So they have
yeah,
a
it's
lot of
expensive. I know it's like so expensive there. Yeah.
the accommodation can be like bitch, right? So I know one time I got an offer from a medium-sized hotel to stay for free, and all I had to do was teach them English for 2 hours or twice a week. So
Uh-huh.
I was like, yeah, let's do it. Why not? It sounded like a great like plan and deal. But that COVID happened, and then after that, because they had a Craigslist posting, and that email doesn't really stay there. I can't find the email or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
So just kind of got I don't yeah,
Where
opportunity was gone.
where was that at?
It was in Tokyo, and
Oh
I
man,
can't
that would
remember
be
the name of
cool.
the hotel or nothing, but it seemed legit. And I looked up their website and the homepage, like a family-owned, medium-sized hotel that wanted to teach their staff more conversational English. So I'm like,
Ah,
hey, so 2 hours a day, it's not bad, for
oh
twice
yeah,
a week
no,
for
yeah,
free accommodation in Japan. I'm like, so maybe in the future something like that will come up.
yeah, nice, nice.
Okay, okay. Economy is good in Cali, yes. Oh, why you tripping here? Hey, oh, what's up? What's poppin', boys? Not much. We're just talking about Asia and life in the U.S. Fresh Aloha is here. Here in Bay Area, San Francisco, rent for a one-bedroom is 2,800 a month. That's insane.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
it's like you can pay 20% of that in Asia and get it. Probably same thing. Um, Yeah, so Kufax 174. Women are very easy to meet in Southeast Asia. Let's talk about that a little bit. Would you say, in your experience, women in Asia are very easy to meet?
Yes and no. I
Hmm.
would say yes. It depends on the country, man. I think in Philippines, I think it's very easy because of the culture and the English. I think that's the amount of English spoken.
Yeah,
Um, it's a big thing when they feel way more comfortable when when you can communicate, obviously.
yeah.
So,
And then when
but
you
yeah,
like
uh-huh.
kind of combine that with their friendliness, people in Philippines seem to be happier and they're just laughing all the time. As you guys can see in my videos, pretty much 99% of women are laughing at some stage or throughout the whole interview. So
Yeah, yeah.
when they're that open and comfortable, I agree it's easy in that sense. However, I would say if you don't have game back home, like if you don't know how to pick up women in whichever country you're from, or if you're not comfortable, it won't make much of a difference here in a sense that you won't get quality women. Like my point is like you might get people that are just interested in you for being a foreigner, for your money, for a chance to just meet somebody exotic. I don't know how in-depth serious relationship you might find if
Yeah.
you don't have anything else to offer except for money maybe. Because like I think if you don't know how to socialize with women or at least talk to them or have some kind of game as we say, it's just probably the same thing in anywhere in the world. That's my
Yeah.
opinion. So
No, I agree that yeah, there's no 100%. I think it's sometimes it's definitely easier sometimes, but definitely it's not as easy as people think sometimes as
I
well.
think that's what I'm trying to say. It's not as easy as what some people make it seem like. If you come
Yeah,
here, women just throw themselves at you. It
I know. I
doesn't
know.
really work that way. So
Yeah.
um, only me says in the beginning, he mentioned there are things that in the U.S. that are cheaper than ones in Asia. I wonder what they are. Do you know anything that's cheaper?
Let's see. Well, no one can quick time this, but like let's let everyone think. What do you think one thing that might be cheaper here? It probably can't. It's basically beauty products. That's the
Okay,
one thing. Yeah, which is shocking. Like so for instance, but this is I was in Costco. Costco is kind of a bad example because they have great deals. I saw it's like a Neutrogena, just like face cream, like with sunscreen, just like regular lotion, face lotion, and it was for a 2 pack of big bottles. It was like $18 in USD here, and that stuff it's more expensive in Asia. That would be more expensive. You might be able to
yep,
find a deal, but like for instance, I mean, I knew some girls there. They had that face cream, not that one, but something similar, and they're paying like $20 a bottle, and it was good quality, but some things they really, and that's a lot there. That's a lot to
yeah.
pay for something like that. But really, that's it. I think. Oh, also in Costco, there was some clothes that were cheaper, man. I bought some pants for $20 in Costco, which is you can find that in Asia. But I got some Puma shorts, like some sweat shorts, and they were $12. They were made in Vietnam, but I know,
So
crazy.
ironic, right?
But that's one thing too. I think it's because there's so much volume that America purchases and consumes. Like we just consume an insane amount of stuff that there's just overstock here.
Yeah.
So you can actually find stuff for really cheap prices here.
Well,
So
I agree.
surprisingly, clothes and beauty products is something that's not too far off. There's obviously exceptions and there's little intricacies in there, but overall, that's kind of a shocker.
Okay. The thing
Yeah.
with that is, I think for me, I noticed for sure, like even things like shampoo or men's products, like anything to do with deodorant or something that is, I feel like some people might think it's a luxury to have, but it really isn't. Like over here, many people use a little plastic packets of shampoo, like one-time use. They rip it. It's only 10 pesos. I'm like, well, technically, it's the equal amount of just buying one bottle of shampoo. But either way, regardless, I find like things like shampoo. Definitely sunscreen 100% is more
Yeah.
expensive in Asia. Um, just men's like deodorant, or I don't really wear cologne, but even that I think it's a bit more expensive. Oh, so beauty products like you mentioned, and like anything imported. So of course that makes sense if you're in Asia. So like something
Yeah.
in Lay's chips or
Yeah. Yeah.
3 or $4 US for Lay's chips. We can get it for $2 in like a grocery store. So, but nothing too major. I find Asia has overall obviously lower cost of living when you consider living there for like a month or two or longer. So yeah, I
Yeah.
can't really think of it. If anybody knows anything else that could be more expensive in the US, let us know. Let's take a break to plug in. No shame plug here. Go ahead, check out Aaron's channel. Thanking him for being
Yeah.
here. Please subscribe to his channel because he got some good content. Consider becoming a member of Living Abroad. We just launched that just last week. Many people signed up already. So we're going to have members only live streams, behind the scenes footage, and bloopers. I'm going to do like a 1 hour consultation to help you either find an apartment in Asia, how to travel here, where to work, all this stuff. Take a look. All the perks are listed. And if you're just watching this, hit the like button, subscribe button, do whatever you got to do. Let's go ahead and go to the next little mention here to Nikki. We'll skip that. Why You Tripping says, is it possible to find a Filipina that is non-Christian or non-religious? Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I
I
don't know.
can.
Do you think they're trouble or no? Do you think they some normal ones that are like that?
Well,
Just because it's so into
you
the
know,
culture there?
so let me, before coming here, I thought Filipinos were like Christian. Like, I mean, I thought the religion was gonna be like the number one thing on their mind. I saw like 90 Day Fiance where that guy was in a church for 12 hours. I don't know if you guys saw that episode. He was losing his mind because his fiance took him to the church. And I thought that, I saw like Sinolog where the baby Jesus carried around, and I thought it was gonna be all about religion. But in Cebu City, just my area, IT Park, Ayala, honestly, religion is probably the last thing that people even talk about or mention, or I don't see any signs of religious activity, behavior. Sometimes even like, I don't know, I don't see it here. I know in the provinces, I'm sure it happens a bit more. And even talking to women on the street during interviews, religion never ever comes up. I don't know if you guys like whenever asked what's important or what you're looking for, or so I think there definitely could be found. Now that might be different in private at home. If I don't go home with these people, so I don't really know what's going on. But
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some that are not religious. But I don't know if you had any different experience there.
No, I can't really answer. Yeah, I don't really know. I would say, yeah,
Mhm.
I just second your answer. That sounds about right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just feel like if you want to find religious women, they're all over the place. But there's also ones that are not non-religious, but they might be a little bit more westernized. So I don't know if you want that, anyways,
No, that's
right?
what I
So
mean. That's what I mean. They might be a little quirky.
yeah, so I feel so bad. It's one of the more popular shorts on my channel and on my TikTok. It was a med student that was speaking her mind, and she said something about she doesn't believe in God, and she is spiritual instead, or something like that along the lines. And she was really well spoken, educated, and really funny. But nobody focused on anything except for the God comments. So the whole like, I feel bad now. I don't know if she even saw it, but everybody's like calling her names because she doesn't believe in God. I'm like, people relax. Like,
Yeah.
who knows? Like she's just on camera first time. Maybe she's trying to say she's not religious, or I don't know. You don't take everything so personally. This is just one person's belief, you know. It's like I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, that's
So
wow. Damn.
they're not. I guess they're not accepted around here. Those non-believers that
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
believe in Jesus. Malaysia and Indonesia are awesome for women. What do you think of that?
Malaysia was like, I thought it was. I didn't. I didn't see
How long?
anything there. I did.
How long were you there?
I was only there for a week.
Okay.
So yeah, I saw some pretty girls, but I was with somebody when I was in Malaysia.
Okay.
So I had a friend with me, so I wasn't trying to date there or anything, but I didn't see. I don't know. It's Malaysia seemed pretty relaxed to me. It seemed really low key there. Was that your same experience?
Malaysia, I was there with Palm, so
Uh,
just like you. I mean, I was
yeah,
just doing
I
my
know.
own thing, and I wasn't really focused on the women at all. I will
Yeah.
have to admit, um, Malaysia just impressed me overall. Like
Oh
I'd
yeah.
never seen Malaysia. The only thing I knew was like pictures of the Petronas Towers. At one point, I've seen them in my life, but I was just completely shocked by how amazing Malaysia was. Kuala Lumpur, Cameron Highlands, Patong. We went to some places. So, yeah, Malaysia would be a place I'll definitely go back personally. It's a place I want to explore more. And I love the Malaysian food because it's like a mixture of Indian food and Chinese food. It's just like a
Yeah.
nice mishmash of things. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
I like
was good.
Malaysia.
Yeah, but yeah, in Indonesia, definitely, I thought it was great for women too. And Indonesian women are beautiful. I think it's I don't know. It was a trip for me. I don't know.
Where did you stay? I'm just because, yeah, where were you staying at? You know, you said
I
Kuala
was in
Lumpur. I
Jakarta.
mean,
Yeah, I was in
Jakarta.
Jakarta and then Bali for a month, and then yeah. But I hear you though. I know what it is too is well, most of the women I thought were beautiful. They were Chinese Indonesians. I didn't know
Mm.
that because I kept
I
asking.
didn't
I
know
kept
that.
asking. I was asking people, are like, are they Indonesian? They're like, yeah. I'm like, they look. How are they Indonesian? They look Chinese, but so they have a ton
Mm.
of Chinese Indonesians there that were born there and raised. So yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
that.
So
Yeah,
I think, and that's a good point as well. I guess like we said before, it just comes down to personal experience and just the
yeah,
time that you were there.
yeah,
Um, let's go on to Reach says, I want to see Aaron having a Vietnamese girlfriend. We want to
yeah,
see that, Aaron. Go back to Vietnam.
yeah.
Why are you tripping? Says, I love Vietnam, but the visa situation is not the best to stay long term as a Canadian. Visa, yeah, you probably have to get a working visa or some kind of retirement visa. But just like Thailand, now I think they allow you 45 days on arrival, but that could have also changed again. That's another reason why the Philippines is so popular amongst
I
expats.
know.
And the visa situation is so easy over here, right?
Yeah,
Um, a crypto boater or beater voter. Men are employers, women are employees. Pretty strong statement there. Have you guys been to Europe or Central South America? So, Aaron, have you traveled anywhere aside from Asia?
I've been to Alaska, which is still America, but I mean, might as well not be Alaska, England, and Canada, Mexico, and then Asia. Yeah,
Okay, so you've been some places. I've been
yeah.
to Portugal, Spain, Austria, Germany, Turkey, and Georgia. So I in that area a little bit, but nothing in South America, surprisingly. You know, I've been to Mexico. Oh, except for Cuba. I don't know what you want to call that, Caribbean.
Oh, Cuba. Damn, you went to Cuba. How was that?
Well, let me tell you this. One day I was sitting on my computer transferring files from one computer to another computer, and I was like looking through the photos. I'm like, what? I saw pictures of myself, one picture of myself with a fedora and two coconuts on a beach. I'm like, when the fuck did I? What is that? I'm like, oh yeah, I went to Cuba. I forgot all about it. So to me, it was just like 1 week on a resort. It wasn't really fair to the whole
Oh, okay.
country to say anything. I did go to Havana for like a cigar and rum tour because they're
Oh,
known for that.
nice.
It was really good. I just thought it wasn't as good as everybody made it seem because before I went there, people were like, "Oh man, if you take toothpaste and shampoo and sandals, they're gonna love it. They're gonna be so grateful." These guys, I'm like, okay. So, but then when I went to the resort, I would tip them like $2 or $3 because I thought it's gonna be a lot of money. They didn't care. I
Mhm.
think they're just so used to getting like tips and like foreigners. But yeah, that's my Cuba experience.
Nice, nice.
Nikki Logan's here says Philippines or Vietnam. Which of those two? That's a, I guess
It's tough. So
it's
tough.
tough.
Yeah.
Everyone spent 7 months in Vietnam, so I don't think this comparison would be fair, anyways. I mean, I would be much more. Obviously, if you spent 7 months there, you liked it for some reason, right?
Yeah.
What are
Yeah.
the food like? You like obviously pho and banh mi. Tell me about some other food that you really liked in Vietnam. Anything?
Yeah, they just have a lot of variations of soups.
Yeah.
They have like this thing called Boom Ba Wai, which is like a noodle soup with some like pork in it and some dumplings, which is really good. They also have like these like rice. It's almost like a rice cake, like or crepe, rice crepe, like
Mm.
just made with rice water. Kind of like looks Chinese, and they just have like meats and herbs with it, and you dip it in like a fish sauce, a really flavorful sauce, and those are really good. But there's not a ton of stuff, and people will probably say I'm crazy, but at least from what I ate, you tend to see the same things. You see like the
Yeah.
same 10 foods like restaurants over and
Well,
over.
if it works, why change the recipe, right? I'm sure
Yeah,
like traditionally or home cooked meals can be almost anything, but in restaurants, there's certain things that sell well in every country, right? So in the
yeah,
Philippines, for example, I see the same things everywhere, like you mentioned. I think from my personal experience, Philippines probably has the worst street food. And when I say that, I'm going to say some people might get offended. I don't mean the worst as in quality or taste. I mean like selection wise. Everybody's almost selling the same thing, So, and well, guess why not if everybody's buying the same thing, right? So maybe somebody tried at some point, nobody bought it. Like, let's just stick to the basics. So what they
yeah.
sell here is obviously the fish balls and it's a lot of Korean inspired type of food, but it
Oh,
looks like processed sticks of just substance. I don't even know what they are. I don't know if
yeah,
it's
like the fish cake or
the
the.
fish cake or something, but everybody's selling them. French fries is popular here, but I'm
Oh,
talking about selection wise. At least from my area, what I see is a lot of similar food, like you mentioned.
yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing in Vietnam too. It's the same stuff. They do it well,
Yeah,
but it's just the same stuff.
same thing.
Yeah.
Quick question: Filipino wife or Vietnamese wife?
Oh, Vietnamese.
Okay. I never thought Christian Filipino would be a hard sell. Philip Massey says, "I know, right? You think that kind of site would sell itself, Christian Filipino? What else do you need to know?" But I guess they're
Yeah.
having trouble.
Well, you know that guy Tim K, he's got a pretty big channel. I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Tim. I
Mhm.
I watched one of his videos few months ago, and he had a long one on it. So I don't know if yeah, I don't know. That's all I got. I just wanted to throw that.
Okay.
Yeah.
David Bond is here. I guess David Bond's a very
Oh
popular
yeah.
man.
Yeah. What's
People are
up,
saying you're
David?
in Cebu. Yeah, what's up, David? You guys check out David's channel. He's got 500,000 subscribers, I think, or something
Yeah, something like
ridiculous.
that. Yeah. Yeah, he's doing the
Um,
harem quest. David's doing the harem quest.
what is that?
It's the wholesome harem. He's doing the wholesome harem right now in
that
in
that's the second person that mentioned it. What is the harem test?
I don't know. I don't know. But basically from what because I've watched David over the years on and off and oh god, what was he saying? I think because he was in the Philippines before and then he was doing a harem, but then he came back and he wanted to do it just with good girls.
What is a
So
harem? First of all, I don't know this term.
I think the harem is technically like where a dude has a bunch of women.
My
Like I think that's
man.
yeah, I think it's one guy. Oh, I think it's a polygamous relationship, one man and then multiple women. So
Time to Google this.
yeah, but anyway, so it's funny. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, what he's yeah.
How about we ask David himself?
Yeah.
He's right here, right?
You guys
All
saw me
right.
play
So
some True with my girls. It was really fun. Yeah, man, that was fun. I appreciate that, David. Thanks for being in the video. It was cool.
oh, okay. I think I may have come across that video, but I didn't check out the full thing. So this guy
Yeah.
saw me in BGC once, played some trivia with me and my girls. Was really fun. All right, so
Yeah.
David's living the dream with multiple women.
Yeah.
It's from the
Yeah, good
sounds
luck
of it.
with that. Yeah, if you're still on here. I've been watching a little bit, so good luck.
Okay, Victor Pop, which country is most affordable and how much a month you need per month? Average living and which country is better value, like affordable and yet nice? That's a really intense or actually
Yeah.
really multiple level question there Victor Pop is asking. What do you think, Aaron?
Which country is most affordable per month average living? Oh man, I would from what I've experienced, Vietnam's pretty
Vietnam. Yeah.
Vietnam's pretty damn good right now. And I've said this, it's tough. If you're retired, if you're older and you have a pin, it kind of depends your age range. If you're in the working age right now, I think Vietnam's one of the best options in Southeast Asia. And I also got that same consensus from other foreigners who have traveled the region teaching, and they kind of
I'd
said the
agree.
same thing. They're like, you kind of get the most with the cheapest cost of living in Vietnam right now. Because you hop over to Thailand, you get half the amount for teaching. You go to Indonesia, you get half the amount. And the Philippines, you can't even teach there. There's
We don't need you.
yeah, I know, and there's a ton of Filipinos who actually come to Vietnam and teach and make a killing. They do really well there because the English is so good. So, like I said, the fact that you can just roll up there, especially as a native speaker, make $20 an hour, and pay. I was paying $300 a month for an apartment is kind of ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be like that forever. I think right now is kind of a golden time. So
Yeah, and even myself, I used to teach English online, and I've noticed a significant decline in salary, like significant decline, because everybody's working online, everybody wants to travel, so people are just accepting lower and lower salaries. So
yeah,
hopefully Vietnam doesn't become one of those countries like China mainly that really they used to pay well, but now they don't pay that well at all. So yeah, so Vietnam definitely more bang for your buck, it seems like. Willie from Wanderlust Asia says, just watching the ads for you and joining soon, mate. Thanks, Willie. Appreciate that. Same with Australia. Many clothes and appliances are cheaper there than here. Electricity, too.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's another thing. Electronics, you freaking cameras and camera gear, and you can find it. iPhones are cheaper here. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. And I think why you tripping mentioned the taxes, right? So Thailand
Yeah.
has crazy import taxes, things like cars, electronics, name brand clothing. Yeah. So guys, we're really behind on the questions because we talked about this about 10 minutes ago, right? So if you want your question answered faster or quicker, please consider using the super chat, super stickers. If not, we're gonna get to it in a second. Just bear with us. Slippers are $1 at Kmart. That's pretty
Yeah.
funny. I didn't know you guys still had
Kmart.
Kmart.
I think Kmart's out of business, bro. What state are you
My man's talking from the past.
in?
Time traveler
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of Kmart, I remember in the '90s when I like growing up as a kid, Kmart was huge, but
Yeah.
now
They
they
went out of
slowly
business
started to go
quickly,
out of
though.
business.
Yeah.
Maybe they're back. We don't know about it. OnlyFans says, I'm joking. Only me. What is his channel name? His channel name is Aaron Around. It's the name of his. Actually, says it right there, Aaron Around. And I posted the link also in the chat. Just scroll up. It's one of the first comments of the channel. Yeah, Aaron makes great videos. He's got a great personality, as you guys can see. And yeah, I like this guy. That's why he's here on this channel. Who is Aaron?
Mr. Bean's live stream. He just said it.
Rewind it, bro. Go
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
and join the live. Um, Wanderlust Asia. Willie says to Andrew, "True, mate. I sent two Balikbayan
Balikbayan?
boxes
Uh-huh.
full of Kmart and Target stuff home recently to Cebu." Oh, okay, so I guess the Balikbayan boxes just like shipment boxes they sent from the U.S. to the Philippines or from overseas to Philippines.
Yeah.
Hit the like, people. Yeah, hit the like, guys. Can't believe this pizza prices here compared to Australia as well. Oh, that's one thing that's definitely more expensive in the Philippines, at least that I know, or actually all over Asia is pizza. Like a good quality pizza is typically more expensive, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's not something common, or not common, but like you obviously need proper cheese and proper sauce and some ingredients if you want a proper pizza. So it's more expensive
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Yeah. Same thing. Yeah.
So David says I had the same experience in Malaysia. It was super boring. So I guess the
Yeah.
girls aren't as adventurous in Malaysia.
Yeah, I was saying that. I would say after the third day, I was honestly borderline kind of bored. I'm like, man, this is, because everywhere's so
Yeah,
hectic in Asia that it was too civilized there. It was like, it was, and I feel like there's just less people there. So I
I
don't know.
I found that Malaysia. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it is different from the rest of the Asian countries around the area. It's more developed and more, like you said, civilized. It's a weird way of saying it, but like right now, if I go anywhere in the Philippines on the streets, some shit can pop off. Like I don't know what could happen.
Yeah.
Like some guy might throw a
Same in
basketball in my
Vietnam.
head, or
Yeah.
something. I don't know,
Yeah.
or like stray dogs might be here or there, or run into like a small sorry store selling some random stuff. I don't know. Anything could happen. It's adventurous. And Malaysia was just like, clean, proper. Everything was running just like normal. Nothing seemed out of place or too adventurous, at least.
Yeah. I know it. Yeah.
Indonesia, next level for women. Uh, what is it?
Especially
Aesthetics.
the houses. What was this?
No
Especially,
idea what that is.
I don't
Especially the
know.
sex houses,
Oh,
maybe.
I don't know.
Alright. Philip Massey says, Alex, most people are private about their faith. Atheism triggers people because it's one of those um, degradations of society, things that happens in the West, much like men are triggered by feminism. I guess people that are religious, I think as you grow older, I mean, in my opinion, at least, or at least as you gain experiences, I think you start to respect other people's faith as what it is. And I wouldn't take offense. I believe in God, but even, I don't know. I just think some people might be too focused on that one topic. I think in any religion, their God would want them to be open minded. It doesn't make
Yeah,
sense, in my
why not?
personal opinion, to be cornered in any religion or direction. I think that's just injustice to you as a human being. You have to explore, you have to be open minded. Even if I don't agree with, let's say, Aaron's religion, doesn't mean I should get mad at him, right? So I believe in God. I'm not an atheist, but I could care less if somebody believes in a tree or whatever else, you know. So, but I
Mhm.
get it. I get what Philip Massey's saying. It's true. People do get triggered easily.
Yeah,
Andrew JC or Andrew CJ. I done better in Bali than here in the Philippines. Japanese love white guys. Well,
yeah, they
let's
did.
let's also mention the obvious factor here. If you're white, you're obviously going to stand out in Asia, and you're going to be desired because of colonialism that's been happening for centuries. It's just the way it is. White, even like you can see it in Philippines, in any country, Thailand too, skin whitening products. All
Oh
the
yeah,
advertisements are white people, even if they're Asian, they're white. They eat a
I
mix.
know. You're like
They're
that dude's not even Asian.
doing here, right?
Yeah.
So, and everybody, like sometimes you talk to, or even if you go on, Instagram or Tinder or any dating site, oftentimes you see somebody mention themselves as Morena. They want to be sure that you understand that they're dark skinned. I'm like, who cares? Like, it's not something that should be, anyways. So, being white obviously puts you at the top of the food chain, I'd say. Aaron, would you agree that being white has helped you date Asian women?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. It's always as opposites attract.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
they especially in Vietnam or even in the Philippines because they like the nose. They're so into the nose, and in Vietnam, you can see it everywhere, dude. It's like a phenomenon now. All these nose surgeries. One of my neighbors, before I left, she had just gotten nose surgery. They all put on
The
and
bridge,
in my
right?
yeah, and in my opinion, sometimes like the girl's beautiful, and it's like, but the nose looks fake, and it's like I
You
don't.
ruined it. You
Yeah,
ruined it.
yeah, I'd rather take a less attractive natural girl than a girl that's maybe I don't
Yeah,
know. That's my opinion, but
I agree. Most
um,
guys are feeling the same, I think.
yeah, because to be honest, I've seen some goofy dudes, and I'm not saying like I'm not goofy, but I've seen some goofy dudes in Asia, but because they look different, because their features are different, it's attractive. Because,
Yeah,
dude, when you're driving around on a motorbike in Vietnam and everyone's got the mask on, everyone's eyes and people are gonna be like, they look similar. Everyone's like, oh, that could be the dad, the uncle, the brother, the sister, the same look. Like, it's
yeah,
so when you have something a little bit different, it's like
yeah.
mind blowing, So
I agree. And the first
yeah,
things first, opposites do attract, right? We always want what we don't have. If,
yeah,
like, let's say, just like with society, like, for example, I travel, everybody wants my life, but maybe somebody that doesn't, or that does travel, wants something stable. Or, like, it's just like,
it's
same with
always like that.
physical
I
looks,
know.
right? If you have blue eyes, you find dark eyes attractive. If you have like a flat
Yeah.
nose, you find somebody with a gigantic nose like me attractive, right? So
Yeah, I know. I got like a beak, It's
yeah,
like,
so growing up, you and I are probably like, oh man, I got a big nose, right? But
yeah.
now it's paying off, right? So, anyways,
You get
yeah.
like the
So,
side angle photo. You're like,
yeah, check out this nose. Look at this cliffhanger.
crazy, man.
Shit.
Uh,
Anyways,
yeah, but
this reminds me of our interview.
let me say this real quick too, real quick. It's just like for us, we'll see average looking Asian women and you think they're cute. But if you were to line them up against 10 other Asian women, you would say, oh, she's actually not that cute. But just because she's different, she has black hair, she's Asian, she has different features, there's naturally more attraction,
I'm
So
gonna have to agree with you, my friend.
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
I concur. Why you tripping says Mexico is actually North America. Oh, is it?
Yeah, you can
This
argue
is
it.
15 minutes ago. I said something about Mexico. Maybe I
Yeah.
haven't been there. Um, so to Wanderlust Asia, they They dead set just want to try white guy. Don't have to pay. I'm young though. Yeah, if you're young, you're talking different things, right? So let's kind of address that. I think why Asian women find white men attractive. So if you're younger, let's say under 30 or 35 even, um, you're an instant catch, you know. And if you're like white and tall, you're even on a higher
Oh
pedestal. So
yeah,
it's like
dude. Yeah.
it's not that hard, but it's mainly for people that are retiring, that are older. This like it's rare to see young, white, attractive men staying in Asia long term. They usually come for a trip, travel with their boys, or just to have fun.
Yeah.
And some of them are teachers, and the teacher ones are probably within like the first week or two gonna get a girlfriend. They're kind of taken off the market, right? So yeah, that's just my what I see.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Samantha says, "Watch what you say about Cuba." Samantha likes Cuba. I think I don't know. She has a connection with Cuba somehow. I can't remember. If you're over 50, it's Philippines or Thailand. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that in Cebu, that's for sure.
It's all older men around here for sure. Cass B says it's freaking mind-boggling. Can't and won't understand why anyone in their right mind would want to go or live in California, especially Northern Cali. High taxes, liberal laws, out of control, homelessness, dirty, filthy. What are you doing, Aaron? You're in the wrong city, apparently, wrong state.
I know. I know. I will. I listen. I hear you, but man, Laguna Beach, the coastal towns are great. They are. I mean, I'm with you with all that, but it is what I'm calling it. I'm here. I'm calling it what it is. You know.
Of course, then you're like in a bubble, right? Like you said, if you're not experiencing all the stuff around you, you can't really
Yeah.
comment on it. Or like,
Yeah. But in LA, and also LA's always been grimy. Even the first time I went there, I'm like, God, this is LA. You know, and it's yeah. I don't really like LA. So
okay. Philip Massey says, go to American U.S. diners and you'll see the same 20 dishes.
yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, I guess, but the thing with that is there are multiple. That's like if you go into American diners, right? But we're talking about like on the street food,
Yeah.
and in Thailand you have variety like you wouldn't believe. Like you have 100 stalls selling 70 different things. But in some of these countries, you go to 100 stalls, they're selling 8 different dishes, you know? So I think that's what we were talking about earlier. Um, Samantha says, I am eating a baby chicken and egg. Sorry. I'm not eating. I'm like,
Nice.
what? So I'm not eating a baby chicken and an egg. Sorry. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Samantha, I think you're talking about balut. Did you ever try balut, Aaron?
Yeah, I've had it 2 times. Yeah, 2 times.
How that is? Be honest. Eating a baby embryo.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. The juice is nasty because you're supposed to like crack it, and I know, and then like suck the juice. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. But the actual like embryo part, it tastes like a really delicate hard-boiled egg. I know. It honestly, it tastes
We're
like
gonna
a
have to end
really
the stream
nicely.
here, guys. I'm
Yeah,
joking.
I know. I know.
So
It's
no,
crazy.
hey man, at least you're being honest, right? And
Yeah.
I wish I was brave enough to try it, but I'm gonna have to be with Samantha on this one. I can't. I don't care how much you give me, $1 million. I might have to consider $1 million. But like it's really, I think just like roaches, right? When I see roaches, it's just something I'm not used to seeing. I think if I grew up in the Philippines, of course, and as a
Yeah.
kid, maybe I tried one or whatever, it'd be a whole different story. But when you're not used to seeing something, I think it's difficult to get your mind around that.
I know. I know. They love it, and they love it in Vietnam too. It's crazy.
Okay, Vietnam though I've seen them eat some weird shit to be honest.
Oh yeah.
So that's one thing you got to watch out for. You got a weak stomach walking around not knowing what you're eating. Um, Philip Massey, where did you grow up, Alex? You never heard of a harem, or are you playing us? I haven't. I honestly haven't. I grew up in Toronto, but I never like that's how deprived men are. We can't even have one woman, let alone a bunch of women,
Yeah.
right? Dave is living the dream out here.
Yeah, he
Um,
is. He's doing it. Let me
so
look up the definition real quick of a harem. I'll tell you the separate in former time the woman occupying okay, hold on. The separate part of a Muslim household reserved for wives, concubines, and female servants. Hold on.
Bro, you lost me a concubine.
Hold
What
on.
is
This might be a bad
it?
definition. Okay, here we
16th
go.
century definition.
This
We're
one's
big
better.
into gestures.
Here we go. A group of female no, a group of female animals sharing a single mate. Okay, basically it's one dude with a bunch of chicks.
You could tell a
One
woman
dude with
wrote
a
that
bunch of chicks.
for sure as a woman's
Yeah,
definition.
yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna do a harem. I mean, I want to be a harem.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay,
become one.
okay, here's the best one. A group of women associated with one man. There we
I
go. How's
see.
that?
That's a
Yeah.
more polite way of saying it.
Yeah.
How big is this group are we talking about though? Like, what is a? Is there a number? Is there a
I don't
minimum
think there's a
number?
I think it can be unlimited. I think it has to be I think it has to be 2 or more though, obviously. I don't know if it's I don't know, but he is for David Bond, from what I've seen, he's trying to right now he's trying to do 4. He's trying to get 4 women.
I think a
4
nice rotation is what we all want, right?
Yeah.
So four
Oh,
seems
yeah.
to be plausible and
Yeah,
practical.
that's ideal, it seems like that's ideal, kind of a rotation.
I'm
But
gonna check out David's channel in depth actually. So this harem business is gotta be something I explore.
yeah.
That is not a baby chicken; it's a baby duck. Oh, okay. Well,
Mm.
that doesn't make it any better, to be honest. So,
I think it
oh
makes it
yeah,
bigger. Yeah.
but at least we got at least know what animal it is now. Salamat Pogi or Pagi Apakabar. Apakabar, that's Indonesian or Malay. What is Apakabar?
I think that's
Malay, right?
Malaysia. I think they both use it.
Okay.
I think that's no, Salamat
Malay.
Pagi is I think morning and Acapulco bar is how are you? I think it's how are
How
you.
are you? Yeah, I think so too. You know, that's one thing I'm really embarrassed by. I travel to so many places and I rarely ever learn the language.
Yeah.
And if I do, I forget. I like to blame my brain. I don't think I have the learning brain as some people do. So my apologies to all the locals. I think it's both steamed egg. Only me says I just asked what is his channel, but I realized I've been already a subscriber. He's airing around. He looks different now. He looks better now and looks like a U.S. soldier.
USA,
All
yeah. Yeah, I lost like a whole small Asian body, I lost a
right.
lot of weight this past year. I think I lost like 60 pounds.
My man. I was gonna
Yeah.
say you look better, but I didn't want to, focus
Yeah.
on that. But that's good.
Yeah, I
Team
appreciate it.
Vietnam is winning. Balut.
Yeah.
Zellers is making a comeback in Canada. Really, Zellers, yeah, they used to be big too. I guess I don't know if you guys have Zellers in the U.S., but they're coming back. There are 20 Kmart stores in the U.S. state as of June 8, 2023. Thank you, Philip Massey.
Wow.
Some people doing the work for us, right? Eve is here. Hello, hello. 6,000 stores in Australia per state. Oh,
Wow.
really? It's a lot. Goodbye, Kmart, I guess. Yeah. God bless everyone. Stay safe. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank
If Philippines legalize the weed, then it's hands down the winner. Yeah, so for the people that smoke weed, that's the one thing about Thailand right now. That's great. But I heard they're gonna try to go back to not being legal again. They've been going like flip flopping for like a long time now. So
Yeah, I'd be shocked by that, man. It's got to be. I've heard people are paying like $20, $30 a gram in Thailand, which is insane. You know how much money that's like the same as here. It's more expensive than here.
it's more expensive. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen Thai weed be more expensive than Canadian weed.
yeah,
Weed's legal in Canada, and it's a great opportunity for business if you could somehow manage
I
the
know.
red tape and whatever else, all that, what is it, greasing elbows or whatever, whoever you got to pay under the table to have
Yeah,
some sort of cannabis business in Thailand would definitely be worth it in the long run.
yeah, no,
USA sucks. Asia all day.
nice.
Okay, so guys, we're over an hour and 20 minutes almost. I don't know, Aaron, if you have to be somewhere or go, but usually these live streams last between an hour and a half or 2 hours. So up to you, man, how long you want to stay here. If anything you want to share about your experiences in the past. For whoever's watching this, if you're new to the channel, Aaron around. He's been in Asia, 6 different countries. Take a look at his channel. If you have any questions, please ask them, and feel free to join the membership of Living Abroad. I posted a link up here. Aaron, so what about you, man? What's next for you? You want to go back to Asia? Do you have a plan? Do you want to travel, work abroad? What is your like long-term travel goals? I'm curious.
Yeah, so right now I'm still honestly I'm still in limbo, which it may be hard to say. I still don't know if I want to stay here or live in Asia full time. So after this, that's why I said this next round I'll know for sure. I'm gonna go back in a couple months, few months, and then I'll decide. It kind of depends too what happens with YouTube, because that's a big thing too that there's a lot of potential there. Um, and there's also a lot of potential just with all industries in Asia because it's growing so quickly there. But right now, as of now, it's go back and just do it again, and then kind of really just look at it from a different angle and see
Yeah.
if I can really stay there. And it's easy to do, but I'll have to make a decision. So it's still kind of
Would
up.
you Would you consider getting like an online job in the US and then simply moving to Asia?
I've thought about it's funny, I've been looking and like, dude, I've been seeing ads and I'm like, oh God, $30 an hour. Can I work, like, can I do that?
Even
And
even
yeah,
like let's be real, even $15 an hour
I
to
know.
someone that's like that, but you work online fully remote. Let's say you're just a simple Amazon customer service chat guy or whatever, for
Yeah.
taking inbound calls or something like that, right? I think that would be ideal for anyone that's living in the US and Canada and wants to travel. Guys, do that. It's not that difficult to get hired by even like a small company, medium-sized company, somewhere that doesn't require you to have your phone number at least. And even if it does, you simply get an international plan with your courier. Okay, you pay a little bit more, but you have access to your phone. You go
Yeah.
live in Vietnam, Thailand, the Philippines, and you're working and making $15 an hour, you can live a very good life out here. That's what I would recommend to people.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, it's funny you say that because I'm gonna be looking into that more too for sure. That would be awesome,
Why not? And I guarantee you, you save more money by doing that than ever living in the U.S. and working two jobs.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
it's a win-win all around, right? So you get to travel abroad, and you could go to 3 months in one country, 6 months in one country, whatever. You get to save a lot more money than you ever would, and you get to experience so many things and still have a job, so you don't have to worry about, okay, if I travel for this many years, what will I do when I go back, right?
Yeah.
So I think that'll be the best option for you, Aaron. In my personal opinion. And then it'll give you some time to focus on your YouTube channel the way you want to, because you're not so worried about the views and the income and all
Yeah.
that, because it's not your main source of income. So
Yeah. No, I hear you. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's good advice.
take a look. There's tons of jobs, right? Maybe you
Oh
can get one. Samantha says they don't believe in divorce. What makes you think they're going to legalize weed? Good point. They're really strict with drugs rules in the Philippines. I think the president, the previous one, was really against drugs and had some really hard penalties for that.
yeah.
I think I forgot his name, but
Yeah, Duarte or
that,
yeah.
that guy. Will immigration let you in the Philippines if you have a return ticket dated 11 months out of the? No, they will not. It needs to be within 30 days of your arrival to the Philippines. That ticket needs to be.
Yeah. Also, people too, you can buy temporary tickets.
I agree.
Yeah, you just go
Onward
in.
ticket.
Yeah, you can just type in temporary tickets to Google and it's a real ticket, but it's temporary. So,
And some people they just Photoshop that shit.
oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Ha,
And half the time they don't even ask you. I think when I went into the Philippines, they didn't even ask me for an exit ticket.
yeah.
Actually, I told the
Sometimes
immigration lady, I was like, she was like, "How long are you here?" I'm like, "I think a month." And she's like, "Oh, are you staying longer?" I was like, "I don't know." She's like, "Okay."
yeah,
So
some of them don't care,
yeah,
for sure. But it's definitely good to have on necessity, because you don't
yeah.
want to. Like me, I had to buy one at the airport one time, and it cost me over
Oh man,
$1,000, and it was
what?
really bad. Yeah,
Oh, that's
this is my first
shitty.
time to the Philippines.
They made you do that?
Yep,
Wow,
they
that's
want to
shit.
let me board on my connecting flight,
Wow.
so it was just annoying. And then there was nowhere to buy. The internet wasn't working, obviously, so the Wi-Fi was. I had to try to find anywhere out. So I found like one to Taiwan or something that had an open counter selling tickets. And that's the thing these days. A lot of times there's no ticket booth or counter. You got to purchase your tickets online or through an
Yeah.
agency or something.
Damn.
Philip Massey says, I wasn't below average looking in the US, just in the wrong country. Yeah, exactly. You got to come to Asia, bro. Korean are the number one when it comes to nose lifts. Almost all their celebrities do that. Almost all their population do that. Koreans are definitely 100% the most with the most cosmetic surgeries in Asia, probably in the world, to be honest.
Really? Koreans
Yeah,
are.
Koreans are like really into that cosmetic stuff. Like there's a whole industry, like it's really crazy over there. There's a lot of pressure on women that don't get it. That's how bad it is. So if you're just yeah, it's insane
Crazy.
over there. Northern BC Life is say, hey, welcome to the channel or to the live stream. Vietnam sounds great for cost of living and teaching work, but don't they require frequent visa runs? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it depends. You can get the company I was working for wouldn't sponsor a visa because it was later in the year by the time I started working for them. But yeah, I was doing visa runs every 30 days. And basically right now it's either that they're supposedly going to bring back the 90-day tourist visa. We're still been waiting on that. and I guess prior to COVID, they had a 3 month, a 6 month, and a 1 year tourist visa. So
Oh,
I don't know if they're gonna bring all that back, but yeah, it's a lot harder. And like I said, for the to get the actual like 2 year, they call it temporary residency card, the TRC. It takes a long time. Yeah,
okay. Good
yeah,
to
or
know.
you
So
have to have your degree and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right. So if your school doesn't sponsor your visa, working visa, you got to make 30-day visa runs, which is a hassle for sure.
yeah.
Where did you make your visa runs, Aaron? Where did you go?
To the border, to the Cambodia, Vietnam border.
Did you ever get to explore Cambodia more than just a visa run?
No, I never. I always just went to the border and came back around.
Came back.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
there like a minimum hours required to be outside the country, or just go in and out?
No, it was just in and out. Yeah, you could just
Mm.
hop. You could just hop right in and out. Yeah, and it's 100% legal because you're technically leaving the country and coming back. But
Yeah, which is kind of silly. So I mean, the immigration officer can see that, right?
oh
Why
yeah,
not just offer longer visa stays instead of making people do jump through hoops, right? What do we know? We're just foreigners, right?
yeah,
By the way, I'm gonna get a merchandise line going with that on the T-shirt. I have a few ideas. What do I
yeah.
know? I'm just a foreigner. There's definitely gonna be one of them. And also, I'm gonna have that last Italian guy. I don't know if you guys remember him. He said it costs too much to feed a woman, so that's gonna be on it. It's hilarious to me. I don't know if you saw that. I was asking the Italian guy, "Why did you come to the Philippines?" He's like, "It's too much to feed a woman." He was like,
Oh, that's
I
funny.
loved it. It's hilarious. Um, Ozzy 411 says, "I went to Cuba. It's a dump." Oh, poor Cuba. I guess it's not a good place. Why Trippers says, honestly, I don't want a girl that believes in God. Sorry if that triggers some people. I think that's why I would prefer a Thai or Vietnamese girl because they are Buddhist. Hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. It's heavy. It's majority. There's actually a lot of Catholics in Vietnam, surprisingly.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think I wonder why that is.
I don't know. I think it's because they're just on the water, and I think like old Spanish
Okay.
conquistadors and
Yeah.
all the people that were sailing then. Yeah.
The Vietnamese believe in Jadeism mainly, or some. I don't even know what the main religion is over there.
It's the main is Buddhist. Is
Is it Buddhist
mainly
in
it's
Vietnam?
Buddhist, yeah. But
Okay.
there's a lot of Catholics. I was surprised. Yeah.
Hmm. I'm surprised right now.
Yeah.
So, Jail Marco once said, "If you can't afford California, stay away. Heard and red states have internet." LOL. What?
Our red states have internet. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I think they're saying you're poor in the red states. Maybe I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Uh,
Something.
I said, Samantha, don't disrespect Cuban American. Ah, that's why Samantha is Cuban
Oh,
American. So got it. That I knew there was a connection there, Samantha. APMC says it annoys me as hell when foreigners call Filipinas my Filipina. Is it really hard to add wife or girlfriend so it doesn't sound like it's some dog breed like a poodle or chihuahua?
yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't think I'd refer to my girl as, oh, my Thai or like whatever, right? So
Yeah,
it's
might
like,
be
come
not.
on.
Yeah.
My Canuck. I don't know. It's like a weird thing. Samantha is beautiful, freaking country ruined by communism. Yeah, once again, politics ruins every country, right? I love Cuban boleros, some foods. I'm proud Cuban American. Samantha, that triggers you. Wait, you get here. Alex, you still friends with that Thai lady you met? Thai lady. If you're talking about Palm, hell yeah. Samantha
Yeah.
Jones, but a rotation be good, but not living with four women. I don't know about you, but I could be living with four women. I don't know. So for me, it's like, I mean, I'm a religious man. I believe in my religion, and God has given me the right to marry four women. So I'm gonna go with that. That's gonna be my
Yeah. Yeah, I like
definition of
that
that.
too. I know, I like that
What do you
too.
think, Aaron? Do you think you could live with four women? Be honest.
Oh God, that'd be horrible. I think, I think man, you'd have to, that'd be difficult, to be honest. That'd be
I'll,
difficult.
I'll have a full basketball team, man. I'll be the point guard. I got like one
Un-
center.
Unless I had like a house or a lot of space. But if I was just like in a two
Ah,
bedroom or three
man.
bedroom, I would
I'm
need
talking about a
space.
studio. Even better. One big old
Oh
king
man.
bed, you know?
just
I'm
just
gonna write
always
a
within each
plan.
other's sight. Yeah.
Look into a harem. Harem. Mr. Alex has become the new harem of the Philippines.
Yeah, you
No,
should
but
check.
I'll check out his channel.
Yeah. I think he puts a block. I don't think he shows his videos in the Philippines. so maybe that's why you have to use a VPN to see. So
Hmm.
yeah,
I see. I see. Yeah, I guess over here you have some trouble with the law. I don't
I
think
don't
the
know. Yeah,
Philippines government would want that kind of attention. That's yeah. Who knows?
yeah,
Um, and wondering if I can survive retirement in the Philippines. I'll be honest, like Manila, a lot. It's expensive, yes, but there's so much to do there. So then, why do you mean if you can survive there, if you like it, and there's a lot to do there? Maybe talking about prices. It's a bit more expensive, right? In
yeah. I don't
Manila.
know. I mean, BGC is expensive. You can spend a lot there,
Mhm.
even housing. I mean, it's if you lived in BG, but it's also really nice there.
Yeah,
So
there's a price for that niceness, right? Just like
yeah, for
anywhere.
sure. Yeah, and I heard the electricity is more expensive there too.
Mm. And
Yeah.
you're gonna need it because the AC needs to be on a lot, right? So,
Oh yeah.
okay, so JL Mark One, Alex, Malaysia or Philippines for you? I'd say Philippines because that's where I'm at now, and if I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't be here. I'd be living in Malaysia. So for me, the Philippines, for a lot of reasons I've mentioned here several times, but I'll go over it again. Definitely the people, amazing. The language, great. Um, Here, just the ability to do my videos. I'm a full-time YouTuber now, and just makes my job a lot easier going on the streets. In other countries, there's so many barriers. So first, you have to ask them if they speak English. Where over here, I know they all speak English. Like
Yeah.
even if they, so that alone it takes so much weight off my shoulders when I'm out there trying to make a video. So not only that, but last time I was here, I got so much love from the Filipino people, and I want to be here. Why not be somewhere where you're appreciated and feel comfortable here for sure?
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
so Aaron, let me know when you got to leave because you can go ahead before me, so you don't have to stay till the end of the stream.
All right, man. Yeah, we can kind of wrap it up now.
You
Yeah,
gotta
I
you
gotta
gotta
go.
head out.
Yeah, I gotta do something right now.
Cool, man. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate your
Yeah.
experience, sharing your experiences. Guys, show some love to Aaron. Check out the channel, Aaron Around, and subscribe. All right, man. Thanks for being here.
Okay. All right. I'll see you.
How about you take it easy? Okay, bye. And that was Aaron. What a lovely young man. Experiences all around Asia, well, a lot of countries in Asia. Um, Before we continue, guys, once again, I keep saying this. This is all just for fun and games. None of this is like accurate information. This is people's experiences. By people, I mean him and I. And that's it. So let's continue on reading some of your comments. I'm still going to be here. I'm going to go through everybody's comments. And if you guys have any questions for myself, feel free to ask. Um, Margie says to Aaron, if you meet a Filipina, I don't think you'll still like Vietnam. Yeah, probably, right? So I think it's just based on his experiences. Philip Massey says, legalization of drugs will be the demise of the Philippines. The people think it's good, don't think about the after effects in terms of broken families and junkies. Big mistake, in my opinion. True, and actually, I'm not going to say anything about my opinion on drugs. I don't take any drugs, so I can't defend or be pro drugs. I just think I don't know. I never heard of many people weed harming families the same way. But then people say the gateway drug. I don't know. I have no idea on the topic to be honest. But Philip Massey, thank you for sharing your opinion. Stay single, Alex, until you're 60. Then get a Filipino girlfriend. Andrew CJ's got some ideas of my relationship goals. Eve says Philippines is my country, a good choice. Philippines is a good choice. Um, Tobias Mitchell, yes, it can be 1 year later as long as you have an onward to somewhere. No, it can't. Sam, it can't be a year later. You're only allowed to have a 30-day visa. So your exit ticket has to be within those 30 days, or else it defeats the purpose, right? So how could you have a ticket dated for 8 months later when your visa is only good for 30 days? But once again, whoever asked that question, Tobias, look in the government websites, official sites. Why are you tripping? There's Kenny Rogers roasters in the Philippines, but those haven't existed in North America for a long time. Oh, okay. I had no idea. I see them everywhere here for sure. Kenny Rogers everywhere. I just didn't know they were no longer a restaurant in the U.S. Pretty interesting. Aaron, do you know about Fat and Broke YouTube channel? Well, Aaron's gone, but I think he knows about it, perhaps. It's just that, yeah, it's the airline that checks mainly because they're required to by the Philippine government. And the airlines that check, they don't want to have the burden of trying to get you back on their dime, basically. So regardless of who checks, you need to have onward ticket. Yeah, so why are you tripping to immigration don't care? Yeah, they don't care because they expect the airlines to have already checked it. They know that if you're on the plane, that you have an onward ticket, or else you would not be allowed to board the plane. Hello, watching from the Philippines in Pasig City. Hello, welcome. Samantha Jones says, I actually love that idea, Alex, about the foreigner t-shirt. Thank you. So quickly, not that it matters anytime soon, but soon, within the next month or two, we're gonna do a whole merchandise. My voice just cracked. I'm gonna be launching merchandise on the channel, so I'm gonna have obviously t-shirts, sweaters, and downloadable content. And the idea is to put some stuff on the t-shirts that I either quoted, experienced, or something like that. So it should be fun. Willie Hernandez is here. Hello, Alex and all. I just signing on to see what's going on. Willie, we just unfortunately missed our guest Aaron, but you can always watch this on the replay. We mainly talked about his experience in Asia. He's got a YouTube channel, Aaron Around, and we just had a great conversation. We laughed a lot, joked a lot, and just had a great time. So feel free to watch the rewind, the replay of this stream. Northern BC Life says, what do I know? I'm just a foreigner. Or you could have, what do I know? I'm just a local. Okay. Yeah. So I think definitely coming to the channel, what do I know? I'm just a foreigner shirts and other merch. Aaron says, Nikki Logan to Aaron, Aaron, you will fall in love with the Filipino language. My Filipina, he has a point about earlier. Yeah, we're really behind the comments, guys. Please bear with me while I read through this. This is a man's dream, a harem of women. Yeah, I think fantasy is more like accurate description. I think practically and realistically, nobody wants to handle 4 emotional connections to people, unless it's like only a physical thing. But even then, it's very difficult to be involved with 4 people and only show physical affection and nothing emotional. It's a lot of work. Aaron will teach you Filipino. Mahal kita, whatever that means. James says, Alex, how many times a day do you turn off and on the AC? I know, right? You know what? It's a bad habit of mine because I put it on 17, which is the lowest, and then I get cold, I turn it off. I should put it on a temperature that I like. You know, you're smart. James, where did you go to school, my guy? You're smart. Let me just turn on the proper temperature. Okay, you're right, man. Great idea. I'm learning from you guys. Different every 3 days is better, perhaps. living abroad. Alex, always welcome here in the Philippines. Thank you, RLV. I know, right? That's why I'm here. So Aaron's gone. Where are you, Alex? Do you ride here? Scooters? Right now I'm in Cebu City, Philippines. I do not ride a scooter. I don't know how, and I wouldn't want to even if I did. It's dangerous on the roads here. I just don't want to get involved. It's so cheap to just get a transportation here. For me, it's not necessary. Yeah, Aaron is very smart. I want a t-shirt saying, I don't need Cialis. Stop the vendors on the street and good for advertising myself. LOL. I guess. But as a woman, I'm curious. Do women even care if you take Cialis or like penis hardening products? I don't know. Does it matter? I guess if the man's old enough. Willie says to Samantha Jones, a harem may be a dream in the beginning, but it can turn into a nightmare. Excellent point. Samantha agrees. Andrew CJ says, come to Negros. Let me teach you to ride. Thank you. I might take you up on that offer. Why not? Change your life here. Yeah, I think if you're living on the outskirts of town or in the province areas, it's definitely a necessity to be able to ride a motorcycle or motorbike. I usually am a city guy and I don't really care for, whatever. So I just get on the back of a Ankas, Maxim, Joyride, or just simply take a taxi. Samantha says, I would definitely buy it because even though I'm in the US, we have the same issues going here with foreigners. So I love the idea. And this is about the t-shirt. What do I know? I'm just a foreigner. I like that. Yeah, I think we're going to have a few different options. Now we're closing on 1 hour and 40 minutes, guys. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for asking questions and treating Aaron with respect. And thank you guys for watching, liking the videos. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ask them. If not, I'm going to wrap this up maybe soon. And yeah, we usually go about 2 hours. Let me tell you guys a story that happened yesterday. I like sharing stories with you guys. So yesterday, I get a phone call on this bad boy here. So I didn't even know this thing rings, but like, oh, actually I do now. But anyways, this thing starts ringing, and I'm like, hello? And they're like, yes, sir, there's a leak downstairs, a water leak. Is there anything going on in your bathroom? So I go there, I look, I'm like, no, there's nothing here that's making any water go downstairs. So the plumber guy comes and takes a look, and we find out that the bidet, the butt spray, it's leaking. So he's like, we're gonna come fix this tomorrow, which is today in the morning. So I say, sure, but I have a meeting from 9 to 11, which is this live stream. So I'm like, if you're coming, you have to be at 8 to 9. He's like, yeah, I'll be here for sure. He's like, let me just take your number in case something happens or whatever. I'm like, yeah, here's my number. So obviously this morning I'm expecting at 8 o'clock. He's nowhere to be found. It's 10:40 now. He's not here. So I'm expecting a ring or a knock on the door any minute. This is the type of stuff that you gotta just kind of be ready for, because sometimes things don't run as smoothly as you think. Hey, oh, Miss Independent is here, one of the subscribers to the membership. So as you can see, Miss Independent has a different color and a different badge and sticker next to her name because she is a member of the channel. I will not advise to ride motorcycles here in Cebu City. It is so dangerous. Thank you, Miss Independent, for confirming my assumptions, right? So, yeah, we just no need as well, because getting around, there's jeepneys, little buses. It's easy to walk around the main areas, so no need for a motorcycle from my perspective at least. Yeah, let's go on to the next comment. So Andrew CJ also said, yeah, exactly, don't ride in Cebu. Um, I think a lot of the reason is because there's so much traffic here that people are just trying to get places, and they may not. Obviously, the more congestion or the more cars and vehicles on the road, the increased chance of anything happening. Willie Hernandez says, I prefer to drive anywhere in the Philippines, catch a grab or get your step in. Yeah, so basically walk around or take a taxi. Don't risk it if you don't have to. James says, Alex ended it. Excuse me. James says, Alex, I ended seeing your short video with the cockroach on top of the door, and you are in the hallway with the spray. I was literally in tears. I hate roaches too. Yeah, luckily, it wasn't my door. It was some like 4 doors down in the hallway. I was taking out the trash and I saw it. And I'm like, whoa, I don't want this in the house. So I have this little gap closing. Maybe I could show you guys. Let's see. Down there. Can't really see it. See that there? The little gray thing that's blocking the gap under the door so no roaches come in. Because you could be as clean as you want, and maybe some neighbors cooking all the time, they have oil splashes, they leave food out by accident. Roaches come and they can get in your door, but I don't like roaches because I'm just not used to seeing them, right? So there's creepy things, man. The antennas are longer than the bodies. It's like, it don't make no sense. And like they weigh as if they wave around as if independent from their body, the weird ass. Anyways, enough roach talk. Let's continue with this live stream. 18 more minutes I'm going to try to push through. So the plan for today, actually, it's a beautiful sunny day, and perhaps I'll go and make some interviews. And let me tell you guys what's coming up on the channel so you have an idea of what videos to expect. Please hit the bell notification. You get notified whenever I release a video. Whoa, my writing sucks. Today is Saturday, so today there's no official video because it's Saturday and I did a live stream. Oh, yesterday I posted a video. If you guys have a chance to take a look, is of me just going out and shopping like a local in an open market. I did my laundry, got some water, bought some coconut, and a whole bunch of fruits. So if you guys haven't seen that channel, that video, take a look and see what it's like to interact with local Filipinos and buy some groceries at local prices. I had a great time, so take a look at that one if you get a chance. Going back to this, what am I going to do? So next, it's going to be likes and dislikes, but from a Filipino person's perspective. I'm very excited to release this video because I went out there and I spoke to Filipinos and I wanted to get their idea of what they really like about the Philippines and what they dislike. Usually it's the foreigners telling me, but this time I want to get a local's perspective to see what they like about their own country. Yeah, they're on Philippines time, Alex. They are, and I understand that, but I don't want to be disrupted in the middle of a live stream. Or just let me know, bro. Send me a message. You have my number. Say we can't make it today in the morning or something. But what do I know? I'm just a foreigner, right? So yeah, that's what's going on with the video. That's gonna be released on Sunday. What do Filipinos like about their own country? And then Monday is a live stream. Tuesday we have describe the Philippines in one word. I'm going to talk to a bunch of foreigners, get their ideas. They're going to describe the Philippines in one word. So yeah, that's what's going on. Philip Massey says, Alex, when you go out to find people to interview, do you say time to go to work? I don't really think of it time to go to work, but it is a lot of work sometimes. Like I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that being a YouTuber, which I am now by definition of what I do, um, that is not work. It is a lot of work in the sense that um, I don't know what the other person's day is like. Maybe they're having a good day, maybe they're having a bad day, maybe they don't want to be interrupted, maybe they don't want to be talked to, maybe they don't want to be on camera, maybe they don't want to share their honest opinions. So that part is always like I feel bad asking somebody, but most of the time there's always some kind of engagement before that, like body language. If somebody makes eye contact, if they're sitting in an area where I know they're not, I'm not going to disturb them. If they're like if someone's on their phone or reading or has headphones in, I don't bother them. I don't just say, hey, excuse me. So it is a little bit of work in that sense. And then, of course, rejection in any level for any reason is never good. So sometimes I get rejected. I try not to take that personally. So in some ways, it's work in that sense. But yeah. Billy says, to find remote work online, where would you look? What websites? So, Billy, I don't know anything specific now. Actually, I'm not going to say anything specific now. I'm going to save that for my upcoming things that I'm doing. So, obviously, I'm going to be doing downloadable content, and that's going to be one of the topics. But since you're here, and I'm sure nobody is watching, there's lots and lots of websites. So, if you want specific websites with names, my referral links to some of these places, because I was a teacher at these places, and exactly what to put on your resume and how to get that job. That's all going to be included in the downloadable content. It's too much to go over right now. So that's going to be coming to the channel where you can simply download it at a price, of course, and find out exactly how to get a job, where to get a job. But some common ones that I know off the top of my head without going through my emails and all that are like Cambly. I highly recommend Cambly. Look into Cambly. They don't hire much anymore because there's so much interest in Cambly. But if you get it, it's really convenient. VIP Kid went down for children, but now they're teaching adults. So if you want to be an online teacher, those two places are good. It's online English teaching jobs, which is the most common job you can find that actually going to hire you. So there's a lot to go in there. I'm not going to, bore other people with this, but that's coming onto the channel soon. So I'm going to put all my energy into giving people sites they can go on and actually get these jobs, not just some generic answer. Find an online job, find a teaching English job. No, I'm talking like literal websites where you can go and get a job. Anyways, so let me have a sip of this. We still got 35 people watching this. Please take a second to hit the like button if you haven't done so already, and we'll continue with this for another 13 minutes if I can. Oh yeah, I was talking about my day. Today, after this, I might go to the gym just because I'm fat. I need to get back in shape. Then I don't know if I'm going to swim today. I barely use the pool, to be honest. It's right there, but I'm not a swimming kind of guy, And then just focus more on YouTube, put out some more videos, edit some videos, make some thumbnails. And that's basically going to be my day today. Kind of boring, I know. Jay Boogie, are you still in IT Park? I am near IT Park. Yes, I'm still near there. So yeah, we told you about yesterday. Oh, yesterday I was out doing some interviews and I came across a gentleman in a wheelchair, and he approached me because I was doing another interview. He's like, "Hey, I saw you on YouTube." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I watched some of your videos. You do a good job." I'm like, "Thank you." I'm like, "Did you want to be a part of it?" He's like, "Sure." I'm like, "Let's get your story on camera." So we spoke for about 20 minutes, all about like how he ended up in a wheelchair, life in the Philippines with being disabled and accessibility. Because, let's be honest, you can't really roll around as easily here as you would back home. And really talkative guy, so that's also coming to the channel, but not for a while probably. Alex, best place in Cebu to meet single Filipinas? From what I see, it's just public, in general public, right? So if you go to the mall or IT Park, so anywhere in Ayala or IT Park, And whoever you find interesting, just say hello. Honestly, people here are just so friendly, and ask if they're single, and just start a conversation from there. There really isn't like, I don't go to the bars. I keep saying this. I don't go to like the clubs. That's not a place I'd want to meet a woman anyways if I was looking. So probably just those areas where people are, just anywhere with crowds, right? But yeah, I think Ayala Mall, IT Park, and that's the only places I know. SM Mall, SM City is also good. SM Seaside. Uh, but yeah, Tinder can work if you're online. So Jay Boogie says Tinder if you want to meet people. But yeah, single Filipinos are everywhere. Oh, Jay Boogie says I've been here for 3 months, leaving Monday. Okay, I hope you had a great time. Tell us about your experience. How was your experience in the Philippines for 3 months? Hopefully, you had a great time. Um, yeah, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'm not going to drag this along just to drag it along for the 2 hour mark. I have a weird thing with numbers, but I guess if 1 hour, 50 minutes is going to be it, that's going to be it. We had a great talk with Aaron from Aaron Around, got his experiences about Asia, his thoughts. And once again, this is just like not stereotyping, but generalizing a whole country based off one or two people's experiences. It's never really fair or accurate, but we're just sharing our experiences for fun and to give you guys some personal feedback on some of these issues, right? On matters or topics, let's say. That's it. So I guess we'll end it here now. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for asking questions. Our next live will be Monday morning. I don't know what the topic's going to be yet, but I'm sure we'll figure it out by then. Yeah, enjoy your weekend, guys. I don't know if you're working, if you're not working, anything that you got planned. James said, Alex, be safe. Good night, guys. Yeah, good night. Jay Boogie says, have you considered visiting Micronesia? I don't even know what that is, but maybe I will now. Micronesia is going to get looking into for sure. Enjoy your weekend, you too, bro. Thanks, Alex. Thank you, Billy, for asking these questions. And thank you, Matthew, for the super sticker. Much appreciated. Guys, oh, yeah, one more thing before I go. Feel free to check out memberships on the channel. That'll really help me and the channel grow and keep doing this for a longer and longer period of time. And most of all, I would love to visit some new countries, which I'll do anyways, but of course, with your help. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with the full video and Monday morning with a live stream. And lots of stuff comes to the channel, including merchandise for downloadable content. See you guys there. Bye. See you guys.